All right, what's good? I'm Rek. That sounded not like it was supposed to be said, right? But I'm Rek. Anyway, um, yesterday I made a video. Not yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I made a video and I was gonna post it, but I didn't post it till like 2 o'clock this morning. Right now it is 4:50 a.m. in the morning, and it made me think about like how fast I can produce content. I mean, last month I was dropping a good amount of videos on YouTube, and then November comes and I'm not, well, October, not November, but November I didn't drop that much, but I did make content. I have not posted it yet, but I need to dump all of these videos on my YouTube. But anyway, this video right here came to play because of the last video I just dropped and made me think about music video pricing and the prices that I've been seeing over the last probably like 3 months. Now I haven't done a music video in probably about like 3 years, and I don't really promote me doing music videos because of multiple reasons. One of the reasons is pricing. Now, I've seen 150 recently. Somebody asked me for a music video because they seen a bike life video and their budget was $300. One hand, $300. My bad if I'm looking this way because I'm looking at the computer at what the questions I was asking, but I need to scroll this up to the top because that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video: music video pricing. Hopefully, I can make this video fast. If not, it will be a long video and you can watch it if you want to or if you don't want to. But if you are in the hood and you are making music videos, I think that this is a video that you should watch because I'm speaking off of experience, but I'm also asking DeepSeek to help me out with some of this stuff as far as like questions that I have and what they may think. So let's scroll to the top and let's see the first question I asked. Now, as you see right here, the first question that I asked was, how do you price music videos as an independent videographer? You know, usually DeepSeek says, hey, that's an excellent question, which normally they do. So, um, pricing music videos as an independent videographer for music. Wait, my bad. I read that so wrong. Pricing as an independent videographer for music videos is one of the trickiest, most important skills to master. There is no one size fits all answer, but here's a comprehensive framework used by professionals. Okay, so, oh wait, let's read the golden rule. The golden rule: you are not just charging for a day of shooting, you are pricing a project with unique creative, technical, and logistical demands. Okay, so this is where they went into a bunch of core things, using the word core, but anyway, a bunch of things that would play out in hiring somebody or having, what I'm saying, what you would do as far as getting a music video done, being an artist in the hood. But in this first question, right, they framed it out like this person was going to have a team. So let's go through that first. And when we go through that, some of these, we're not going to go through everything, but we're going to go through some of this stuff. We're going to get to the next question. With the next question, you'll see I pretty put it much on the solo person, which most people in the hood, you are a solo person doing every single job, from the lighting, the editing, the filming, the if you're doing storyboards, most likely you're probably not. Um, planning, probably not really doing too much of a location scouting either. But I've done literally all of these things, but done them as a solo person. You know what I'm saying? Solo independent videographer. So let's get into it. So first is your day rate, right? So if you have a day rate, then your day rate is what you charge for what you're shooting for that day. So depending on how many hours you shoot too. And then you have another rate for your editing, how much you're gonna charge for your editing. This can go so many different ways. All right, so this is an industry standard, I guess, project based package rate. I'm not saying anything correctly. Let me slow down because I'm kind of like energetic about this. I just finished like half of my workout and shit like that. My bad. Stick to the plan. The industry standard, you quote a single price for the entire project from concept to delivery. This is what most clients want to see. Cool. Then they have the hybrid day rate plus project fee. Charge your day rate for the production, which is shooting, and project fee is for pre-production, planning, location, scouting, and post-production, editing, coloring, and VFX. Now, when I first read that, a lot of things started to think about the hood and like, you know what I'm saying? You just throw shit together, there they go. Okay, face was dry. Okay, pricing formula. What factors in? Oh, creative and pre-production. They call that an invisible work, you see. Creative treatment development, project management, location scouting and permits if you need those. You ain't getting none of those in the hood. You know what I mean? Casting and wardrobe. That's most likely going to be handled by the artist in the hood. It's on them. That's their thing. My bad. um, and production, the shoot days. Your directing, cinematography, day rates. Now, again, this is all handled by one person. So when you see this word crew means just you. You understand that? Just you. Which most people who are videographers, they know that. You might have a cousin, you might have a friend that comes along, you might toss them a couple dollars or something like that because you ain't making much as is. But we gonna get to that. So crew. First assistant, you have no assistant. Gaffer, which is lighting, as you see, that's still you. Grip, you. Production assistants, you. Equipment, all of your stuff. Most of the stuff is not going to be rented. You know what I mean? Lenses, camera, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to rent any of this stuff. Your audio, you're not going to rent any of the audio stuff. You're going to have a microphone on top of your camera. Most times the camera has a boom mic. Sometimes the camera does not have a microphone. They will not have a microphone, but the camera has a mic in itself. So it is going to grab the sound. As long as you play the music loud enough and that sound can reach the camera, then it's going to be pretty clean anyway without having a boom mic on top of the camera. Me personally, certain music videos, most music videos, once I applied a microphone to it, I liked it. I liked it because it was easier to control. Also, too, just a small tip, you can actually turn um, the volume, the sound coming into the camera, you can go into your camera settings and you can turn that down. So then you won't have it peaking a whole lot where it's like hitting red and extra stuff like that, where it's like sounding overly loud. You can actually bring that bring the intake, if I'm saying this right, the sound that it takes in, you can turn that volume down. So then it doesn't do peaking. So if they play the music pretty loud, perfectly fine and still sound great. So you can use a microphone on the camera or you don't have to use a microphone on the camera. But that's just some hood shit, right? Majority of the time, that's what they're gonna do. So look, they got on here food, catering, post production, and editing, 3 to 10 days. That could play out regardless on whether you have a team or not. It could take you 3 days. It could take you 10 days. It depends on what you're trying to do inside that music video. Color grading is critical. Visual effects, motion graphics. This is just dependent on whether this is what you want to do or whether the artist is asking for this stuff. So, and it says your business to overhead. Um, in reality, you do aim to like add some of this stuff into the actual pricing because you might be paying for the Adobe subscription and stuff like that. And how are you paying for this? You're paying for it by doing these videos or doing these photo shoots, right? So anyway, so they give me a framework, and this framework is something that I looked at and I've seen in the past. Micro budget. Micro budget usually starts between 1,500 to 5,000. That's what they saying. Then you got the professional, 5,000 to 20,000. High end, 20,000 to 100,000. Crazy, right? These prices can go crazy, but these prices could probably change the life of a local videographer. Um, where I'm from, I'm based in Camden, New Jersey. So I promise you, you take a videographer from Camden, New Jersey, you tell them that they're about to shoot a $50,000 music video. That is going to change their life. Guaranteed, they're going to buy more cameras, more lenses, and take care of some bills and some shit that. And if they smart, they might do some investing to keep that money rolling without even shooting music videos. So it just depends on the person. Um, Talking about how to present your quote, critical tips and red flags. Um, at the end of the day, whether you are a professional or you're just local, it is always good to have somewhat type of an agreement, even if it is one page. And I think it says it somewhere in here, a one-page agreement, so you know what your deliverables are, you know what access they have, you have to the content, all of that good stuff. So there's no real issue. Um, okay, let's get down to here though. This is my next question. What if the video is shot in the hood by one person, all jobs done by one person, right? So, this is what you call guerrilla shooting. Known this forever, solo guerrilla filmmaker mode. That's literally what it is. Okay, so This is where I wanted to get. The reason why I wanted to get here is because this is what a lot more people um can identify with. I like how they put it, Swiss Army knife. You are basically a Swiss Army knife. You do everything. You don't do one thing, you do everything. So you are providing a complete solution, not just a labor. Your rate should reflect multiple hats you wear. So here's an example, right? As you can see, example, if a DP, director of photography, their rate is at $800, the editor $500, the director $700. Your solo rate shouldn't be the lowest of these. It should be a premium that acknowledges the combo, $1,200 to $2,000. Now, when I read that, right, I already knew this, but again, I felt a wave of reassurance because in the past, I used to tell people, um, when I got past doing music videos for like $500 and shit, I used to tell people 1,200. And the reason why I would tell them 1,200 is because I felt that that was a good range for me to be for the equipment that I was providing, the thought process that I was providing, everything, like everything capsuled into being a Swiss Army knife and also bringing my brain to the place. I used to tell people, don't give me the song, give me your CD. Because I want to hear your whole CD. I want to hear what vibe you got, the energy that you got. I want to hear the path of your CD because I would think that people would put their music together and not just throw songs after another song after another song after another song. I would think that they would take it and have like this having a journey. Like this is a journey that people go through. This is storytelling at its finest. That's what I would think about everybody. I promise you, every artist that I ever dealt with, I would think that they had like this thought process. They want to take people on a trip with their music. That's how I thought. Why not? It's the best thing to hook people in because once you got them hooked in, they're gonna keep coming back, right? So yeah, that's what I thought. So I would ask for that. Let me hear your discography so I can shoot this one music video, so it can connect to everything else that you got going on, your personality, all that stuff, right? Okay, so 1,200 to $2,000. Now, I like I said, I would always go with 1,200 because I would also think about the equipment that I was using. You know, let's just say it was $1,000 camera. At that time, it wasn't $1,000 camera. At the time, the camera was like $3,000. You know what I'm saying? That I was using. I still have that camera. Uh, lenses can range anywhere between 500 to shit. Who the fuck knows, honestly? But in the range of somebody in the hood, we're going to say between 500 to 2,500 because those are the ranges of, matter of fact, let me just say 3,000. 500 to 3,000 because you can get some lenses between 500 to 3,000 that will do beautiful work for you. Beautiful work. If you get them used, they still gonna be somewhere up in that range. Don't buy them broken. Don't try to fix it. Just if you do buy it used, that's okay. I bought a lens used before, but it damn sure did not cost me. Matter of fact, when I bought a used lens, it did cost me around like 550, 600, something like that. The cheapest lens that I ever bought did cost me around like $300. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. So $1,200, I think, is a good pricing for the hood. Hood ain't gonna like that though. Hood is not gonna like that. But we gonna get to the hood's budget, right? So all right. Never say it's just me, so it's cheap. Yo, I am moving so fast. I need to slow the fuck down. Like I need to slow it down. Like my brain, because this excites me, my brain is just, you know what I mean? Okay, so all in one packages. So here we are. We're talking about, wait. Was that a package? Hold up. Example, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's just a price range. Number two, all in one package. Now they want to talk about packages. This is a basic package that they would, price for doing a video in the hood. Um, Pre-production, one concept called location scouting in your own area. Production, one full short day shoot day that could be 8 to 10 hours solo. Your gear, gimbal, one or two lights, audio sync, post basic editing, performance, and simple narrative, color correction, two revisions, delivering in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a good time frame because you could deliver it within a week. It will always depend on what you're doing. In the past, I did a lot of rotoscoping because I was liking to do masking, and mixing, and effects and stuff like that. That takes a lot of fucking time. Rotoscoping takes a lot of time. Nowadays, because of a mix of AI, you can do some rotoscoping a lot faster, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be 100% correct. You still may have to go behind that and go frame by frame and clean it up. Before, you was doing it frame by frame and there was no cleanup. You was doing every frame and you was doing that masking yourself. I've done it. I can show you videos where I've done it. Um, and also I can show you videos where I've used the newer stuff that came out, maybe like 2024, some of that nature. I think it was 2024, but where you could use uh, AI masking, but at the same time, you still would have to clean that AI masking up because it won't be perfect. It will not be perfect. I've done it in bike life videos. It won't be perfect, but you can clean it up so it can be perfect. All right, so and you have what was that post? And then ideal for straight performance video, 1 to 2 known hood locations, minimal cast. It's crazy that they keep saying that they say the hood in there. Like maybe I shouldn't use hood. I should have said use local or something like that. Premium pack is 3,500 to 7,000, but the basic package is what 1,500 to 3,500, right? So this is a premium package. Same things. This one just gets you 2 shoot days, right? Pre-production is detailed treatment, shot list, and advanced location planning. Production, 2 shoot days and 1 marathon day, or 1 marathon day, 12 plus hours, my bad. Additional gear, specialized lenses, drone, more light. Now, see, I've brought the drone in for some basic videos before, just because I like flying drones. I love flying drones. It's mad fun. In my mind, it's mad fun. Like, even though you got like 30 minutes to a battery, this shit is fucking fun as hell. Anyway, critical factors that must affect your price. Um, this isn't studio. Your price includes intangible risk management, location risk, gear risk, unpredictabilities. You know what I mean? I've had it happen before where you at one location and you had to change that shit quick. Police may show up, very true. But I've been places where police show up and they really don't trip. They might just watch or something like that. Also, crowds may form. I've seen a little bit of that, not too much. Most people pay it no mind. Uh, Gear risk that can happen. I've dropped stuff on shoots before. Never really broke anything, but I've dropped stuff. Location risk. Let's go back. You see, I'm going backwards. I'm going up. Yeah, that can be an issue. Talking to locals, people being like, "Why are you in front of my spot?" Or different things like that. You know what I mean? Also, what can happen in the hood is you could be on somebody's set. You could be on somebody's set where they like hustle at, where they get their money, and they might not fuck with that. So they might want you to leave. Which at the end of the day, it's the public. You can respect it or you cannot. It's your personal choice, how you want to go about it. Me, for instance, depending on where we at, nobody's ever really told me to leave. I've pretty much been pretty like easy to communicate with. So it's like I'll talk to a person like, yo, we trying to do this and that. Like now, it was a couple music videos that I did in the past. I did have to talk to the police, and you know what I mean. It was cool. Like it wasn't chill. Like it wasn't like bugged out. Like you know what I mean. Just be like, you could tell the artist like, yo, don't be overly aggressive to the cop. And you can talk to the cop and be like, yeah, we just shooting a music video, da 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 da, and simple and plain, pretty much good to go. What else? Access and relationships, that could do a lot for you having access to different things, but that's not what we talk about. We talk about pricing in the hood and a couple of other things. Let's add in there. Okay, so look, here is a sample of solo in the hood budget breakdown. This is crazy because this is not going to happen to you in the hood. You're not going to get $3,465 in the hood. You understand me? You're not going to get that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but what I'm saying is most local artists or rappers, because there's a difference, they're not paying that. They're not paying that. Promise you. So, what do you have here though that would build that price? Creative and pre-production free, 400. Solo production day rate, 1,200. Gear rental or your own kit, which is usually 300. Convenience and risk fee, 350. Post production, editing and color grading, 900. Contingency, 315. Total project price, $3,465. You're not going to see that. Okay. Now, this is trying to tell you how to talk about the pricing, how to upsell them, and this and this and that. We in the hood. This is not happening right now. You feel me? Not happening. Even if the person has the money for you, I promise you, not happening. Um, this is where they say non-negotiables. Very true. Make sure you get 50% of what you said you wanted up front. You know what I mean? Specifically up front. Always, always be safe. If you can have somebody come with you that is not helping you with equipment or filming or lighting or anything, that's perfectly fine. Have them there to maybe sit in the car so then you go back and forth to the car for certain pieces of equipment and stuff. That's just your own insurance. You know what I'm saying? Or keep the package light and keep it on a bag on your body. You feel me? Um, Scope creep is it enemies? Oh, yeah, my bad. Know exactly. See, this is where it told you that, but know exactly what you are trying to do. If it's a if it's a 10-hour day, specifically write that down. 10-hour day, blah 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 obligation. Now you can have this in an email sent to them so they know exactly what the details is. Is these people going to listen? Most likely not. So be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared for that. And if they're not interested in paying more, then you got to do what you got to do. Whether you got to cut the shoot and rock out with what you have already, or whatever. So, um, again, right there, have a basic contract, whether it's one page, doesn't matter what your level is. Always have at least a basic contract. And if you can't, right, if you can't have a basic contract, I'm not saying don't get your money because I've done a lot of music videos without any paperwork signed. Make sure you got at least an invoice. The invoice will have a bunch of details on there of what the music video is going to be or time frame, all that. Do that. Have that. So then you have something, at least something. So here's where it broke down a passion project. Now, I was cool with the 1200, right? I was cool. Passion project is something where it's like you can collaborate with somebody or you believe in a situation, but you still want to get paid. So you could do that. You could do a passion project for $1,000, perfectly fine. Um, Gear rental 250, editing fee 500, small personal fee 250, so $1,000, right? You gotta have something. Get paid for what you do. Get paid. Like realistically, I never thought about gear rental. Be honest with you, never thought about gear rental. But if they are hiring you to do something, they are technically renting your gear for you to do something with. So be mindful of that. Okay, so this is my next question, right? I still feel like I'm moving like a mile fucking a minute. I need this. My brain is just moving too fast. Uh, why is it that most artists in the city Why is it that most artists in the city only want to pay $150 to $400 for a music video? Me saying $400, I feel like is like $100 more than what I've recently heard in 2025. Mind you, I started doing music videos in 2011, 12. So it's about what, 13 years ago, some shit like that, when I first really started doing music videos. And I promise you, I did music videos for $100 before. I did music videos for $200 before. I did music videos for $400 before, $500, 750. Um, Motion graphics, all of that, like graphics in it and everything. Uh, and in reality, right now in 2025, for these to be the prices that I see, it's a shame, very much of a shame, because cameras didn't get cheaper, lenses didn't get cheaper, equipment didn't get cheaper, and it's not going to get cheaper. It's only going to get better and not cheaper. So here we are, right now. This question opened up a lot. This question opened up a lot of things that I don't think, well, I know I would have thought of, but I realistically never paid attention to articulate. So I'm so glad that it did this when I asked. The first thing that they did was the iPhone illusion. Literally, you see it on TikTok, you see it on Instagram, even Facebook, whatever. You see it a lot where people think that they can make a music video with just a phone, which is very true. You can, but it will not be what a person who comes to like do a production for you would be. First and foremost is the reason why it's not going to be that way because that person who's filming it with an iPhone probably don't have the experience to make that iPhone turn into a production, and they don't have the additives. You probably have to add like lenses, still lights, and different things onto that iPhone to make it work. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But also too, you got to understand the people that you're trying to get seen by. If you're trying to get a deal or however you're trying to do it, you want them to see you at the highest quality level that you can get. Man, an iPhone is not the highest. That's like if you just have zero choice and you just building from the ground up, and that's where you got to start. Cool. But as soon as you get a couple of dollars, go work with somebody. Do your best. You know what I'm saying? Let them be great for you. All right. So, what does it say here for the iPhone, John? Though my phone shoots 4K. My friend has a camera. Why is it so expensive? This is the reality of how they describe it, right? They don't see the difference between recording and filmmaking. They don't understand lighting, composition, color science, lenses, stabilization, narrative, pacing, or professional editing. To them, the gear is the service. Right there. That's a reality. Most people don't look into none of those things. They just think turn on a camera, record it, and boom, you good to go. It's out there. So, just what I just said. The YouTube and Instagram DIY culture. Platforms are flooded with how to make a music video with no budget tutorials. This message is anyone can do it. This devalues the craft. Artists see other low budget videos, often made by inexperienced friends, and think that that's the standard. It is not. And at the end of the day, if you see somebody make this low budget music video, why would you want to stay in that realm of low budget? Your dream is to be somebody who can pay $100,000 for a music video. That's your dream, right? Or not? That's part of your dream. It's not your complete dream. Your dream is to be an artist out there, which is very feasible for a lot of these people. It's very feasible. Yo, look at Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is one of those people that independently did it, right? I think. Pretty sure he did. Independently did it, but very high quality. It's another dude from, I think it was he from San Francisco or the Bay. I don't know much about the Cali side, but he be like dancing and doing his thing, and he did it from the ground up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he really pushed. He really pushed, and you see some of the stuff that he does is high, is very high quality because he took those steps. He invested in himself the max. He also has a stage in his backyard, so that's, you know what I mean, the biggest thing. So the economic reality of the artist. This is where we are. So most independent musicians are broke. They're spending money on studio time, mixing and mastering, streaming promotions, and living expenses. The video is often the last item on their list. I just read that how I wanted to. The video is often the last item on the list, seen as nice to have for Instagram rather than the core artistic investment. True. They often think if I spend $2,000 on a video and it only gets 5,000 views, did I get my money's worth? They fail to see the professional video as a long term asset for their brand. That is one of the biggest things that I've always thought about is that people don't realize that content really became king. Like your content really became king. The reason why some of these artists out here can right now just pick up their cell phone, have somebody walk around, and listen to them rap their lyrics in like a walk clip and it's not a full music video is because they already have that following. They've already built that, you know what I'm saying, that core fan base that regardless of what, they hype to hear that new song in any way that they platform that song. And they go and respond to it, which that post is going to make them money because of the likes, the comments, and the shares, different things of that nature. They already there. If you're not already there, then yes, you may have to spend a little bit more money to get that reach. More money than what you may want, because you may be spending for the music video, and then you may be spending for promoting that music video, different things of that nature. But again, I'm not saying any realm is impossible. What I'm saying is this is not going to sustainably work in a good amount of situations because of um how a person may feel. That was weird, right? Just had a weird moment. Um, how a person may think of their portfolio and what type of videos they're adding to their portfolio. If they keep doing $100 to $400 music videos and they're not able to advance, they're not able to invest in the better lenses. They're not able to find the better clients, because it works on both sides. It may not promote the artist as well as the artist want to be promoted because it's low budget, but it also won't promote the videographer as much as they want to be promoted, because this is not like a upscale um it's not an upscale video resume. Okay, the exposure economy scam. The toxic belief that this will be great for your reel is used as currency. Real shit. That's crazy. I just said that. It's especially prevalent in saturated market cities where everyone is trying to break through. You often competing against film students willing to work for free to build a portfolio, artists, homies with a camera who will do it for $100 in a feature, other videographers who are desperate and undervalue themselves, crashing the market. That's what the hood is, honestly. If I tell an artist like, yo, I'm gonna charge you $900 for this music video, right? They gonna go, well, my man's over here charged me 300. My question is, why would you talk to me then? Why would you talk to me? If your man's is already charging 300, why would you talk to me? Now, if somebody says something to me, it may be something that I edited, how I edited, or whatever like that. So, and it's no real diss to anybody, but it's like, if you see that I'm doing something that your homeboy is not doing and you like what I do, you can't expect me to charge the same amount as your homeboy when I do something different than he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing something, I'm in a totally different lane than he is. So then how could you expect me to be at his price range? I couldn't expect it. If I went to a barber, which I haven't been to a barber in years, I do my own shit, and this barber cuts hair better than me. Real shit. If he cuts hair way better than me, I can't expect him to be at the price of when I stopped going to the barbershop. When I stopped going to the barbershop, haircuts cost at the max like $20. $20. Real shit. So if if uh if he's charging 50, $60, that's his price. I can't be mad at him for charging what he charged. He fucking better than me. Like, sharper than me, cleaner than me. I mean, lines cleaner than me, not like cleaner, like it's dirty, but cleaner than me. Like, he does his fucking thing. All I can do is show love. God damn it, that nigga nice. That's what I can do. I can say that he's nice. I have never had a problem with uh showing somebody love, or you know what I'm saying, bigging them up for what they do. They, you know what I'm saying, bigging them up in what they do because they do it at a better level than I do. Like, hey, if I wanted to do it at that level, fucking buckle down and grind it the fuck out. That's all it's gonna take, right? So, okay, let's go here, right? No understanding of scale and progress. They think it's just one day of shooting and a day of editing, right? No, it's not. They have zero visibility into the 20 plus hours of invisible work: concept development, treatment, writing, shot listing, location scouting, permits, and not going to happen in the hood. Gear prep, charging batteries, backing up footage, the actual edit, color grading, rendering, client revisions, and delivery. Now, in the hood, right? Let's go down this list of what is not going to happen in the hood most time. Concept development is going to be mainly just a phone conversation, if not a conversation face to face. Y'all get ready to shoot the video. Treatment writing, not happening. Shot listing, most likely not happening. Location scouting, not happening. Permits, fuck out of here. Nobody worry about no permits. Gear prep, charging batteries, backing up footage, the actual editing, color grading, rendering, client revisions, and delivery. Those are probably the only thing that's going to happen. Everything else is going to be like a small conversation. Because most videos are shot in the hood as performance videos and not really like something that has like a true concept to it. The rapper with a dream, no plan syndrome. Common in the hip hop and urban scenes, a young artist gets a few $100s together from a side hustle, wants to look like $1,000,000, but has a budget of $300. Their reference is a $100,000 video by Drake. The cognitive dissonance is massive. Very true. Very true. I've had people send me reference videos of what they want to see, but they only want to pay like 300 at the most 5. And they want you to do the same exact thing that that person did in that video. It's the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to do. When you just made probably that 300 is probably less than a McDonald's check, right? But you now have to edit for the next 7 days to create this thing. Believe me, I've done it. I've done it. Dumbest thing I could have did, but I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. You know what I'm saying? And then people say you should have multiple streams of income. That's true. But just because you have multiple streams of income don't mean you should dumb down the any stream of income that you have. That doesn't mean you should dumb it down just because you have multiple. You may do deals perfectly fine, but don't just dumb it down. Okay. The psychology, the psychological battle you're fighting. You're not just selling a video, you're selling a shift in mindset. You need to educate them that they are not buying a product, that they're investing in a professional service that will define their visual brand. They don't think about none of that. They ain't thinking about none of that. It's just a music video, and you just a videographer. You shouldn't even be thinking about marketing. You shouldn't even be thinking about any of this stuff. You should be thinking about shooting another video, getting this shit done, getting them a video, compiling as much of effects on it as time as possible, making it look like their hottest artist, and that's it. You shouldn't. You should. It shouldn't matter to you. None of that extra shit should matter to you. To me, it matters. Maybe I'm just too much invested into this stuff. That's why I had to step away from music videos. Maybe I'm just too much invested into this stuff and I believe in it and I love the art a lot. I love creative editing, but it's not worth it. The drain on the mind and all that shit. So they say this is one of the things that I used to do. I used to ask, "What's your budget?" And they say, "Don't ask that," because they'll say 300. They say, "Do ask, what is your vision for this video? What are your goals for your career?" Then listen. Now, very much so true. If you ask them what's their vision for their goal, most of them just want to get on. They want to be popping. They want to make that money. They want to become a rapper. Some people want to deal. Some people want to just get on social media wise so then they can keep a consistent flow of things from their social media. They don't realize though, either one takes a good amount of money. Either one is going to take a very serious investment. And that's very true. Um, Now, this is where it tells you what you can say, I guess, or like a somewhat of a response. To execute this vision that actually pushes your career forward professionally, videos typically start at blah blah blah. If this space, if that is a space you're prepared to invest in, this will filter out unserious people. That's very true when you hit them with that. Now, this is something that makes a lot of sense. Show just don't just tell, where you have one reel that has high quality stuff that you've done and then you have another reel that shows budget videos that you've done. That'll let them know, like, what do you want, like, where do you want to be? Do you want to be all your videos handheld, um or do you want gimbal shots? Do you want handheld shots? Do you want stable shots? Do you want drone shots? Do you want these things in here that could amplify your visual and amplify your music and your brand? If you don't, that's perfectly fine. But know that you're getting what you pay for. This is literally what you need to know. If you pay a cheap price, you're gonna get a cheap video. That's simple. All right, break down your value into artist benefits. Truly don't care what type of camera you have, just like they say right there. They do not. Um, Lighting is very important on any video. Any video, promise you. Color grading is one of the best things that you could do if you know it. But sometimes people will just shoot in auto mode. And that could be crazy too because that could be adjusting through like lighting and whatever like that. And it can have you in an ugly space. I promise you. It can have you in an ugly space. Um you want your music videos to be like high quality for you even at a low level. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if you got a music video, you want somebody to see you at a higher level, even though you ain't got that money. Because that's how they're going to treat you, like you got that money. Now, they might try to get money out of their pocket or they might be trying to give you shit. But if you just a local rapper, right? If you're just a local rapper and all you can truly afford is doing what? An extra $500 a month on a music video, right? I'm going to keep it G with you. Make a lot of content. Make a lot of content on your social media with your music. Save up your money. And when you save up your money, because I've seen artists do it on social media. Save up your money, and as you save up your money, then shoot a quality music video for that song. But by the time you shoot that quality music video, maybe you made money off your social media by doing so many small clips of just promoting that song, promoting that song, promoting that song. Don't just throw that song out there. Feel me? Don't just toss it out there. Take that song, make a bunch of Instagram clips, TikTok clips, and promote it 1,000 fucking times on your social media in just small clips. Small clips. You could be doing anything. You know what I'm saying? You could be doing anything. Now, you may not have the following of that mainstream artist, but these clips could take a chance and go viral, one of them. If not, doesn't matter. You still created a fucking train of people seeing this. So they're used to hearing the song. They learning the words. So then when you do drop a official music video, they automatically inclined to go see it, whether they want to see you fail or succeed. They inclined to go watch it already. You already got their attention. So boom, they're gonna go to your YouTube link and take a look. You've created your own engagement. The people who comment on these posts, each post, even if they say, "Damn, you keep promoting the same song," still engage with them. Say thank you for coming, blah 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 blah, whatever you can do. Now, what? Create an entry level offer that leads to more. Okay, so look. Now this is something. I didn't go this far before I wanted to start doing this video. So here we are. Um, if you absolutely want to capture the low budget market, create a productized service that protects you and has an upsell path. Social media visualizer. What is it? 2 hour studio slash clean location shoot. You deliver 3 formatted 30 to 60-second vertical clips for Instagram, TikTok Reels, set to the best part of their song. No full edit, no narrative. Upsell. Love these clips? For an additional 1100, I can edit you a full 3-minute music video using this footage and one extra location. This gets your foot in the door. That ain't happening in the hood. I promise you that. They're gonna look at that 400 and they're gonna expect you to make a music video and do some clips for them for social media. Please comment and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Shit. Me personally, if I'm making 1,200 for the music video, right? I'm very much so interested about making you extra pieces of content, even though I don't have to. I'm very interested in making you clips for social media, even though I don't have to. Like, I'm very interested in doing that. I'm interested in shit. We can take some pictures, all that. But I don't have to, which that means I would have a second camera on hand because I've done it before where I've took pictures with I've shot the music video with one camera and took pictures with the same camera. realistically, I'd rather have another camera on deck to do the pictures. So then I know that this camera is dedicated and set just for taking great pictures on this video set, and the other camera is dedicated strictly to the video. So then I don't like misconstrue things, because you may have your shutter speed, light, all that shit set to one thing, and then you go over into photo mode and you need to switch it to other things. So then you don't like mess up settings for yourself. All right. So this is the hard truth. This is the hard truth. And I think I'm gonna after this. Oh, we got one more question, and then after that, because I'm gonna go through this whole thing. After that, I'm gonna maybe I might have some advice. Hopefully, whatever advice I have, it can share and it helps. Um, Most artists offering 150 to 400 are not your clients. They are your time wasters. Now, speaking from the hood, if you can get, let's say you get 5 or 6 people to 10 people a month, and you knocking out $400 at the high end, $400 music videos, and you just doing the basic editing, you just throwing them out there, and they accepting them. You can make some good money where you can start to stack up something and maybe move on to something else. But that will get tiring because you're not actually advancing your creativity level. And the more that you do advance your creativity level, you're gonna be like, yo, there should be more money on top of this. Um, so engaging with them will drain your creativity energy. Been through that. Lead to nightmare projects with endless revisions. That is very true. Not all the time, because I've never had to go through like endless revisions, but I had to go through a couple, and I didn't really like that because they'll start asking for stuff that is just like the moment that you go like, well, you want to add more money? They don't want to add more money. So it makes it kind of hard to do that. But make sure you always know how many revisions you plan on allowing them to add for free. Um, and also if this revision can go to the whole video or if it just goes to, you know what I'm saying, strategic things. Um, prevent you from being able to prevent you from being able available. I'm saying able, my bad. Prevent you from being available for the serious clients who has $2,000. Foster resentment for your craft. That is very true. You'll start to get upset about it because I've been through that. But you'll start to get upset about it, and you'll feel some type of way where it's like, damn, am I not good enough to be paid more? They don't care. The rapper, the artist, they do not care. They just trying to get the bang for their buck. Promise you. And again, you can't really hate them for that, but you have to stand your ground if you really want to use this to make some real money. All right, so all right, I'm gonna read this. Your mission: become a curator of your own client. It's better to make one $3,000 video that elevates your reel and satisfies you than 10 $300 videos that burn you out, look mediocre, and lock you into a cheap guy brand. It's very true. I got a good amount of videos that they are cheap looking. So honest, they are cheap looking. And that's because I had got stuck in that um $300, $500, $600 range. And it really much so devalued what I was doing to the point where I fell back from doing music videos. I would deal with certain types of people so I could do music videos. And then honestly, in the last 4 or 5 years, I've only dealt with one artist doing music videos. One artist. Uh, it says final script. So you would have a final script for this? Hold up, I didn't read this. So this is the final script to offer $400. Somebody offered you that, right? I appreciate you reaching out. My work is an investment in quality and matches a professional artist's ambition. My package begins at 1800 for a full video. I've found this is the minimum needed to create something that truly represents an artist's potential and gets real results. If that not aligned with your current budget, I completely understand and I wish you the best for your project. Well, the best with your project. I didn't jump ahead. Very true. I can agree with that. I mean, you don't have to go to the 1800. You can start at the 1200. But in reality, yo, I get it. Money is money, and you want money, but stop devaluing yourself. You went and spent who knows how much for this camera, who knows how much for this lens, these lights, these filters. Filters ain't cheap. I paid $70 for one ND filter before. Um, Batteries, memory cards, expensive. They get expensive. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to get more expensive. If anybody has not heard about the data centers that are taking memory, a lot of memory up. So memory cards in 2026 is about to be a little bit more expensive. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so I think this is the last question I had asked. Um, what about if a client says they will take care of the studio fees and rental fees? Does that impact the videographer's price? Now, I can go through some of this stuff, but I'm gonna be realistic with you. Um, you see right here it says absolutely yes, but not the way the client may think, and that's very true. What it means by this is, let me scroll it up some so y'all can see it, just in case y'all want to read through it too. What that means is that like if it's rental cars, studio space, um, having people, models, any of that stuff, locations, whatever, they may be able to get that for a free or discounted price on their own, right? But that does not decrease the amount of money you make for the work that you're going to do. Let's just say before any of this stuff starts, your price is $1,000. Because they go get the rental, because they go get these things, that doesn't decrease your price to $1,000. I mean, less than $1,000. It doesn't. If they wanted you to get these things, the location, this, that, blah, 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 it actually increases the price over that $1,000. That $1,000 is yours for what you got going on, for what you're providing. That other stuff. Now, I've also heard people say they charge booking fees where they like book models and they put a fee on top of that, locations and they put a fee on top of that. I've heard that. Does it make sense to me? Yes, it does. Because you're doing the work, aren't you? You're the one setting it all up. You're the one communicating with these people, contacting these people. Yeah, it's a fee. It's definitely a fee. Um, like here it says the I'll handle it rentals, which very true. Um, Professional response. You can talk the logistics, going through the details. You know what I'm saying? You still need the studio details, all of that. Um, Realistically, I don't think many people worry about an artist renting gear, or having lights. Pretty much you're gonna have all that stuff. So that's another strong reason on why it's not really gonna decrease the price of what you bring to the table. Yeah, you can't remove price adjustment, remove the exact line. Yeah, you well see, that's what I was talking about. Um, you remove from your fee what they're going to take care of, nothing else. If they're going to take care of this, the studio, the cars and stuff like that, it probably was never added on your fee in the first place, so that doesn't decrease what you're going to do. So if you was already at $1,000 just for you, and then now y'all talking about rentals and hotels and girls or whatever, that has nothing to do with your $1,000. Um, they provide sketchy or unknown resources. Now, these things don't be a guarantee. This person may say, "Yo, I got my homeboy, say warehouse. I've dealt with somebody who shot in a warehouse before, and it worked. It went fine. You know what I'm saying? They had a big ass projector on the wall, all that stuff. But uh, it may not play out how you want it to, because they may say like, "Yo, I can get this house, and we can shoot in here, blah blah blah, bing." And then that person say, "Well, we can't do it that day." They already set the day, then they change the day. In actuality, that's kind of like messing you up because you've already set that. So now you taking a loss on that day, but you're not going to make extra money because now you have to reschedule everything and you got to wait for them to tell you a day. So that should cost more money. Like they should, you know what I'm saying? It should be a fee. I mean, let me ask that. Like, how would I ask that? If you have, would you get paid extra for having to reschedule reschedule. Oh shit, spelled that wrong. Just an a day because what? Because of their friend not having a location ready the day of the shoot. Let's see what it says. Now I am asking AI, but majority of this information, I'm pretty sure you can look online, YouTube, and you'll see. Look, it says absolutely yes. This is a non-negotiable fuck up fee. Whoa, you're running a business, not a charity. Hmm. There's lack of preparation costs. Their lack of preparation costs you real money and opportunity. There are professional breakdowns. This is a professional breakdown. Here's a professional breakdown of why, when, and how to charge. So the core principles: you sell your time. A cancellation or reschedule steals it. Let's say block that date out, turning away other potential work. Very true. Did pre-production work specifically for that day? Very true. Potentially prepared and rented gear? Very true. Could have. Arrange your personal life, childcare, other jobs, etc. Very true. Their friend's failure is their problem, not yours. You are not the participant in this disorganization. You are a contracted professional. That's how you should treat yourself. But in the hood, they ain't fucking with that. They ain't hearing that shit. Promise you. What does it say? Before the shoot, protect yourself with a contract. Um, so you have the shoot day logged. It says more than 14 days prior, deposit transfer to one new date. Less than 7 days prior, deposit is forfeited as a cancellation fee, and a new 50% deposit is required to secure a new date. Oh, but in the hood, this ain't gonna matter. I promise you. They'll get mad, want to fight you, shit like that. They'll be very upset with you. They ain't feeling none of that. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, it's a lot better to just say no to avoid the drama, avoid the issues. Better to just say no. It's better to just deny it. You know what I'm saying? It just, just better to just say no. Like it just very much so is. So it's right here, financial reality. What getting paid extra actually looks like. Scenario A. They find a backup location within 1 to 2 hours. That'd be great. You charge a rush fee. Could be an additional 25% to 50% of your day rate for an extreme stress. Loss of time, logistical scramble. So if you had 1,200 a day rate, $300 rush fee, so $1,500 for the day. Not happening in the hood. They just expect you to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. Because again, you just a cameraman. That's all you are. In the hood, 90% of the time, you can do all of these jobs. You will not even be called a videographer. You would just be called a cameraman. Your name will become cameraman in the hood. That is it. Um, why is this non-negotiable? Your time has no value. Professionalism is an option. Like they can disrespect you without consequences. Very true. Wasting my time. But if you say that to them, then it's a problem. Shit, this is an hour? Yo, this video has been an hour. Like, no bullshit. I didn't think that I was going to go through that much. It was literally 4:50 when I started this. It is now 5:49. All right. The hood, informal context consideration. Damn, that was messed up. I cleared my whole day for this. Look, I gotta pay my bills, so I can't just lose the day. Let's do this. You cash at me half my rate for today, blah blah blah. Last minute cancel, and we're good. None of this is really gonna happen. None of it is really gonna happen. None of that is really gonna happen. All right, so I'm gonna end this now, but let me try to like give y'all a little bit of advice when shooting music videos in the hood and how things. So for the videographers, right? Don't be an asshole. Communicate. Be open to communicating. But be stern. Stick to your shit. Don't waste your time or your energy on bullshit. Uh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, if you feel as though you want to do music videos for less than $400 or whatever like that, that is your personal choice. However you choose to go about it is how you choose to go about it. I just say, you didn't invest money into this camera, this lens, or this shit, or to even try to advance these skills to be making something that somebody can go work at McDonald's and make. And you doing way more work. Nothing against anybody who works at McDonald's, so I apologize. But you're doing way more work than $400. Way more work. Like you're overworking. You know what I mean? Like $400 literally should be great social media content, not a full fledged music video. Um, Value yourself. You know what I mean? Real shit. So uh I don't even know what to say realistically to the hood videographer more than that. um Look up stuff, look up the rates in your area. They could consider us like the greater Philadelphia area or whatever like that, and that actually, you know what I'm saying, average, which should be, but it's not, should be around $1,000 to 1,200. With today's increase of like prices and different things like that, we should probably be at about like $1,500 just at a base price, just to start, you know what I mean? But you're not. You're not. Like if I can get avoided because I asked for 950 or 1,200, like that's wild. Because realistically, they're supposed to be taking this type of content. And this is the content that they're supposed to really truly invest in, have on their YouTube, push, um, because it's long lasting. Your music video could pop. Like you could take a 10-year-old music video and make it pop right now if the shit look good. You know what I'm saying? If it's shot well, done right, has the energy, you could actually make that make money and make that do things for you. But in reality, it's not gonna it's not gonna happen. So you just gotta like, it's damn near like we need a fucking videographer union, you know? So it's like everybody can be on the same page and be like, yo, we ain't shooting no music videos unless the base price is this. You know what I mean? And anybody else that's above that, their skill level is higher, whatever like that. Um, Anybody coming in doing $200 music videos or $300 music videos, then that person is uh working under somebody that does $1,200 music videos, at least a base. So now my advice to the artists or rappers, I'm gonna be honest with you. The best thing that you could do to allow yourself to have higher quality videos and not just performance based videos is find a videographer, one or two, that you can work with. And what I mean by work with is help them out. I've seen, and this isn't even in what you call black, because I don't use the word black or white to describe people, but in the black community, I've seen it on YouTube where a dude was going to shoot a music video and he had two rappers work with him, help him with lighting, help him with equipment, help him with, you know what I'm saying, making sure his stuff don't get stolen and shit like that. And in the long run, he shot their music videos for half the price, and they worked together. Like they helped each other out. Um, and I think that that is something that should be possible. Y'all should help each other out. Like literally, y'all can really, really be an asset to each other, to your videographer, to yourself. Unless you're going to shoot 10 music videos, 5 music videos a month, um, and you just doing very solid basic editing, do what you want with your price. I'd up it in my mind, but at the end of the day, do what you want with your price. But again, artists, be an asset to the people that you want to be an asset to you. Um, Also maximize the content you can get. If that videographer is willing to help you with social media content, take that help. Start out there. Uh, Go to ChatGPT, go to DeepSeek. Tell them the questions that you have and see if you can build a plan that will help you and help the artist. I promise you. Look, it's 555. Believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as something that's shortchanging yourself because you got to go out there and help somebody else. Uh, don't have a big head, pretty much. Don't have a big head. Be willing to build. Be willing to communicate. These things go a long way. I promise you. Like over the time that I shot music videos, yo, I wish I would have got help from some of the artists. Because I would have did way more for them. I did, yo, I've done 2 day shoots with people and got no money, and it was just like a documentary shoot. I'm going to follow them around, and honestly, I didn't exactly know what I was getting myself into, but I liked the documentary style of things. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's 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 like it's like I was trying to do that not one hand wash the other hand, but we help each other. Like I can be a benefit over here, where can you be a benefit for me? I'm not gonna lie, I've seen less of a benefit from the artist than the benefit that I could bring to the table. So it really wasn't like a hand in hand thing. It was more like a I'm helping them and hoping that I would be able to get good business from them. So I was already providing more than what I was paid for, which they tell you to do in business, provide more value than what you're paid for, but I wasn't getting it back in that aspect. And somebody said something to me, and I know who it is, but somebody said something to me the other day, and it made so much sense. Do I really want to say that? No, 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 not right now. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But anyway, artists, rappers, listen, you need visuals. It's 2025. I said it in 2015. Your content is king. There's ways to go about it. Uh, find your way, but stop shortchanging yourself and stop shortchanging the people who shoot your videos. I can't believe that this video is an hour long. Like I truly can't believe that this is an hour long. I sat here for an hour and was able to talk about this shit. I guess because it really means something to me, and I hope that people can learn from it in a way. I was probably moving very, very fast. If you find any insight in this video, just comment down to at the bottom. I'm just gonna be posting this on YouTube and just letting it rock. I was gonna post it on Facebook too, but this is mad long, so I'm gonna just toss it on YouTube. But if I can clip anything out of this, then it is what it is. But y'all have a good day. Value your content, value your music, value everything that you do, and do your best because these are the times where it's been the times. It's been about like 6 years now. We can make money off of just being on the internet and producing things. So produce with value.